Circle of Win. Today is June 10th, 2010. So, Wednesday is our miscellaneous day. I kind of create your own segment, talk about whatever you want to talk about, kind of thing. I've decided, for me at least, I'm going to make Laurel's top 10 list Wednesday. Today's top 10 list is my top 10 favorite books that I own. This is not an all-inclusive list of my top 10 favorite books and all, because a lot of them I don't own, and I can think of other books that would fit in here that I don't own, that I've read. So these are my top 10 favorite books that I own. Book number 1. I can't pronounce that word. It's either Rhetoric or Rhetoric for radicals. My parents always yell at me because I'm saying it wrong, so I've just given up. It's either Rhetoric or Rhetoric for radicals. I'm not sure which. Please let me know. This book has helped me become a better public speaker, and it's also helped me to phrase things better. It basically takes all sorts of examples of radical revolutionary people and teaches you how to use rhetoric. It's one of my favorites. I have read it multiple times. Number 9, Hacking Harvard. Being a junior in the college application process myself, I love this book. I actually discovered it because the last name of the author is Wasserman, which is ridiculously close to Westerfeld on the Barnes & Noble bookshelf, which is my favorite author. I'm one of those people who will go and say, you know what, I follow Scott Westerfeld's blog, and I know he hasn't published anything, but I'm going to go look at his shelf in Barnes & Noble just in case there's a new book on there that I haven't read yet. Go figure, because I've totally read all of his books and all. I guess it doesn't make sense, it's just what I do. But I found this book, and it's all about a group of guys who are into hacks, which are pranks, and they decide to get one of the school's dirties into Harvard. The entire book talks about their pranks, the college application process, and how corrupt it is. I love books about pranks and revolution, and that'll be an ongoing theme in this. Number 8, Princess Forever. You can't really see. There's the Forever. Princess Forever. This is the 10th, I think, and final book in the Princess Diaries series. And for all of you who have seen the Princess Diaries movie from Disney and gone, oh my god, Princess Diaries? What is she talking about? That is such a stupid thing with Anne Hathaway and blah blah. The books are different. Mia is an awesome female character. Michael Moskovitz will be probably making an appearance on next week's top 10 fictional boyfriends. She's very witty. One of my favorite books. I'm sorry, people who are like, oh my god, the Princess Diaries books. They are good, I swear. Go read them. Number 7, New Moon. This is the only Twilight book that gets on here. I own them all, but this is the only one that you can see I'm even apparently in the middle of reading it at some point. Whoops, I do that a lot. For those of you who don't know, I am big on Team Jacob. I can't stand Edward, but I love Jacob. Jacob will also be making an appearance on next week's top 10 fictional boyfriends list. So this book I love because of Jacob Black. Bella I can stand her in this book, and it features Jacob with little to no Edward. What could be better? If all of the Twilight books had this much Jacob and that little Edward, they would be on here too, because I love Jacob. Number 6. This is a representation of an entire series. Sadly, I only own the first book of it, so that's the one I will be showing you. The Thief by Megan Whalen Turner. The books are The Queen of Atolia and The King of Atolia. It looks like a little kid's book, but I swear it's one of the best books I've read in my entire life. Not only does it have a, oh my god, trick ending, but the second book is just as good, if not better, and the third book is yet again amazing. She loves trick endings, and the main character, Eugenides, will again be making a appearance on Top 10 Fictional Boyfriends week next week. Oh gosh, I see a little bit of a connection here, don't you? It's a different land based off of ancient Greece. Number 5 is again a representation for an entire series. This is the second book, Slaves of the Mastery. The first book is Windsinger, and the third book is Fire Song. Number 4 on the list, again a representation for an entire series that should be up here. Artemis Fowl. This book is very well worn and read. I own the first 4 plus the guide to the series. Artemis Fowl will be on next week's Top 10 Fictional Boyfriends list. Not only is Artemis this amazing, snarky, little, sarcastic, but intelligent perfectness, it makes you think, and it's just really good. Number 3 on my list, Order of the Phoenix. But the Order of the Phoenix is my favorite Harry Potter book, hands down. Again, let's see, what themes are in it that Laurel likes? Maybe revolution and rebellion against a corrupt government? Good guess. Basically, that entire book is also when I started getting into the fandom, and I consumed that book in 12 hours. I still remember it. After I finished that book is when I went online and discovered MuggleNet, and this book brought me into the fandom, and it also connected with me on a personal level more than any of the other books could possibly. So, not only do I love Harry Potter in general, as I'm sure you all know by now, but this is my favorite book. Number 2, first and third and fourth are all being loaned out, so here's Pretties. Uglies, Specials, Pretties, Extras. Oh my god, best series I have read in my entire life. Specials changed my life. I'm not even kidding. Scott Westerfeld is probably my favorite author ever. I have read every single one of his books. Someday I'll make a vlog about how exactly it changed my life, but just know that it did change my life. All of his books are amazing, and I can't wait for Leviathan. I think October 9th. Please, soon. I want it. Scott Westerfeld is amazing. Go read the books. I'm not even going to get into why it's number 2 on my list, but the Uglies series in general is number 2 on my list of books I own that are my favorite. And number 1, the reason he's not my favorite author because I've only read one thing by him. This is my favorite book, not only of all time, but that I own. You could even see Scott Westerfeld gave a little blurb at the bottom, and it's called Little Brother by Cory Doctorow, something like that. Basically, San Francisco Bay Bridge gets bombed in a terrorist attack. A group of friends ends up being in the wrong place at the wrong time and is taken to an island and interrogated and tortured by Homefront security. And they get back, and the main protagonist launches a revolution of teenagers against this corrupt Homefront security anti-terrorist thing. They launch a revolution, get this, using their Xboxes with a special format of Linux on it. And that's how they launch their revolution. It is amazing. I can't even describe it. Anyways, Scott Westerfeld's little blurb on it is a rousing tale of techno-geek rebellion, as necessary and dangerous as file sharing, free speech, and bottled water on a plane. Go read it, please. Cory Doctorow actually has the entire text of this book online for free if you want to read it for free and not buy it. See, that's even more of an excuse to go read it. You don't have to pay money to read it if you don't want to own this beautiful book in your hands like I do. Laurel out.